This video is talking you through the results that we just got from the free-fall lab. I've just typed in into Excel, I've just made a little basic results table and typed in the values. First point that you should note is that there should be more than 4 increments and there should be more than 3 trials. There should be at least 5 by 5, ideally 8 by 5, 8 different increments and 5 different repeats, but we have what we have. Also, first point to note, this column, that when I typed in 0.40 meters, it's just correcting it to 0.4. That's not what it is, it's 0.0. So I'm going to right click on it and format cells, and on the number I'm going to say I want 2 decimal places on everything in that column, because it is important that we do that. I might have to do the same for these to make sure it's 4 decimal places, but the reality is there's all numbers, so it's not done it. Then we're going to do an average, so just simply type in =, average, open the brackets and select them, close brackets, and it should do it. Then I'm going to drag that down by getting the bottom right corner. I'm going to drag that down all the cells. I can see here that, look, this answer has got more decimal places than the numbers it used, so it's more precise than the values, which it can't be, and this one's less precise. So again, let's right click on that column, format cells, number, 4 decimal places. There we go. It's important that you do that. It's giving me an error sign. What's that? Well, formula emits adjacent cell. No, it doesn't. Ignore that. So here we have our results now that we're going to plot on a graph. So I think it's a good idea to just pop that data somewhere else. So I just copy, paste, copy, paste. Oh, it's copy paste formula. We don't want it to copy paste formula. I just want it to copy paste values only. There we go. And then again, it's format cells, number, 4 decimal places. So here is our raw data. We've got displacement in meters, and we've got average time in seconds. Yeah? That's what we're going to make a graph of. So I'm going to select the data. I'm going to go on to insert, and I'm going to insert an XY scatter graph. Looks like that. Yeah? Here's my results plotted. So now I'm going to give it a title. And we can see that it is not a straight line through the origin, is it? So if we click on add chart element, trend line, we go linear, and then we trend line, more trend line options, linear, but now I want to forecast backwards by like 1. No, forecast backwards by like 0.4. There we go. Now I have a straight line that meets with the y-axis, but we can see probably not a straight line. It looks actually like it might be a bit of a logarithmic one. That seems to fit the pattern better, doesn't it? But we want a linear one, so we're going to linearize this graph. We know from our S equals ut plus a half at squared, we know that actually we should be plotting 2s against t squared. How do I do squared? And I can't do squared. T to the power 2. Yeah? So I'm going to calculate that times by 2. I'm going to do that is going to be that value there times by itself. Get ourselves a squared. I'm going to drag those formulas down. There we go. I'm going to sort out the number issue again. Format cells, number, 2 decimal places, format cells, number, 4 decimal places. Good. I'm going to move this graph up a bit and leave it up there. That's not the graph we wanted. Hopefully, when I take this data now and go into insert XY scatter, we get a nice straight line through the origin. So again, I'm going to add chart element, trend line, linear, add chart element, more trend line options. Format trend line. Here we go, yeah. So send it backwards 0.8 so it goes to the origin. Or even I think you can actually set intercept rather than that. Oh no, that doesn't do it. The display equation, that's always helpful. The problem we've got is actually we've got our x and y the wrong way around, haven't we? Here, because we want t squared on the x-axis, don't we? Because the rise over run, the value for t, we're trying to find a, which would be, when you rearrange this formula, s equals ut plus a half at squared, a equals the square root of, it equals t squared over 2s, doesn't it? No. It's 2s over t squared. Yeah, 2s over t squared, right? So we want, if we're going to use that to find our gradient, then the rise over the run should be 2s up the y-axis, but we currently have 2s on the x-axis, so at the 2 point there, 2 is that point, that's there. So we want this the other way around. We want to copy paste this to there, but just do the text only, and copy paste this to there. Again, text only. Sort out our format, number, 2 decimal places, number, 4 decimal places, and this should allow us to plot a graph, an XY scatter. There it is. That's going through the origin, isn't it? So, chart options. The only way I know to do it is go and add chart element, add trend line, and then add chart element, trend line options. And we want to extend it through, send it backwards by like 0.08. There we go. There we have it. Trend line added. So we can see the trend line. Oh, we should have got it to show the trend line. Format trend line. Display equation. Then also we're going to add a title, chart title. graph to show t squared against 2s. And we need to add chart elements, like we need to label the axes. And then axis title. Always weird, you have to press up to move around. Yeah, if you can work out how to do squared in there, it's much better, but I can never do it. It's somewhere down here, I think. Yeah, superscript, isn't it? Ah, that's done the T as well. Not superscript with the T. There we go. And so you can see straight away, you can see the rise over the run, the gradient of the line, y equals mx plus c, is 9.683. So this is finding gravity to be 9.68, which isn't too bad. We wanted 9.81. We got 9.68. Yeah, so let's look at our percentage error. 9.68 over 9.81 times 100 . Well, to be fair, you want 9.81. Subtract what you got, so you find the difference between the two, and divide it by what you should have got. So I found the difference between the two there, divided by what I should have got, and I get a percentage error. So I'm 1.3% out. That's pretty good going. Now, what we can also do on this is we can go back to our graph options. Here, chart design. We can add chart elements. We can add error bars, percentages, standards. So standard is what we want because we want a value, and then from our data we can work out what our uncertainty is from it, and then we can change those error bars to match that uncertainty. We'll do that in another session.